I'm Sanjana Janagani, pursuing Artificial Intelligence and Data Science in CBIT Hyderabad. In this video, we are going to demonstrate the analysis of Uber dataset using MapReduce on a single node cluster. First, we need to have a data ready for this experiment. Now, I'll show you the dataset. So here is our Uber dataset, date, which has 4 columns: date, time, latitude, longitude, and base. Here, base is the ID, which is assigned for each ride. So we'll be counting the number of rides for each date. Now we'll open our terminal in Ubuntu. Now we'll start our Hadoop environment. This command will start all the nodes. And we'll also load the dataset into our local environment Hadoop. Here in this files directory, I have our Uber dataset. Uber dataset. So now we'll make a mapper function. So I have already written the code. For you people, it will be opening a empty file. So in this mapper function, we have input sys, which will enable us to take the input from standard input and input CSV to read the CSV file. So here is the we are defining the function. So we'll take each line from standard input and strip it. Like we'll be deleting the trailing zeros, and then we'll read this first row of the CSV file to data. If the length of data, like if it doesn't have like more than 4 columns, then we'll just ignore it. And if the first row is not equals to data time, then we'll also ignore that. And now we'll assign the first column of the dataset to the date time variable. Now we'll extract only the date using this command, using this line. Now we'll print the date in this mapper function. Now I'll show you the reducer function. So this file creates a reducer file. Here I have already returned the code. Now in this reducer file, we'll be mapping the, like, it will take the output from the mapper function, and then we'll get a desired output. So we are setting the current date to none and current count to 0. So in the input, we'll be taking we'll be using this line for taking the input from the mapper function. Uh, then we'll strip the trailing zeros, and then we'll split, like we'll assign date and count by splitting according to this line. It's based on tab delimiter. Now we'll try to convert the count into integer. If it's not possible, then we'll just ignore that. And if the current date is equals to the date that we are currently processing, then we'll increase the count. Else, if it's not the current date, then if current date exists, then we'll just print the current date and current count, and then we'll assign the current processing date to the current date and count to the current count. So this is how reducer function works. Now, uh, and we have our input file in the local environment too. So we have all the 3 files in the home. Now we'll just run it in the local environment. To run it in the local environment, you need to use the command Python 3, then your mapper file name, and then you have to give the input file. So our data is uber data large dot csv. So you'll have all the output, like it's initialized to 1 for everything. Now we'll run the reducer function so that we can get our desired output. Uh, you'll write cat for printing, and then you'll give the input file. The data large.csv, and then you'll give the mapper function. And then we'll start it, and then we'll run the reducer function. Now we have our result, like it will count the number of rides for each date in this month. So this is our output. Now we can even run this in the Hadoop environment. So first we need to like put our CSV file into the Hadoop environment. So for that we'll be using the command put Hadoop fs. First we need to create a directory for placing our input file. So I'm creating a directory called Uber Data Analysis. So Uber Data Analysis is our directory now. Now we'll place this input file in this directory. The Uber Data Labs.csv. You'll give the directory name where do you want to place it. So now you can find your dataset in that directory. Now we can run the mapper function and also reduce a function using a streaming jar file. So first here we'll be writing Hadoop jar and then you'll take the streaming file. So in home, you'll go to Hadoop, then share, then Hadoop, then tools, then library. So here you have a streaming jar file. So you'll just copy it and then come back to the terminal and just paste it using the mouse. And that, now we'll be giving our files. So minus hyphen file. You'll give your mapper file dot type, then hyphen mapper. Now you'll give your reducer file. Now you'll give the input. So that's our CSV file. It's in the directory Uber Data Analysis. Now you'll place the output in your desired file in the same directory. You can give it any name. I'm giving it out as output 3. Now your file will be running. Now your output, the desired output is in output 3 in that directory. So we just print the output Hadoop fs using this command. You need to give your directory and then file that is output 3. That's our name. And then you write part in 5 zeros in order to print the output. So this is the application of analyzing Uber data using MapReduce.